All right, so we're prepping for a milk reception operator interview.
Talk about a specific niche.
Right. We've got a whole stack of resources from RoleCatcher here to help us figure this out.
Yeah?
Career guides,
Mm.
interview guides,
Yeah?
even some stuff about their AI tools.
Right.
We're going to break down what this role really means and then dive deep into some sample interview questions.
I love it.
So you're not caught off guard.
What's fascinating about this kind of deep dive is that you're not just memorizing answers.
Right.
You're understanding the why behind what interviewers are asking.
Exactly. So first things first, what does a milk reception operator actually do?
Yeah.
It's more than just milk cartons and overalls, right?
Well,
Way more.
yeah.
Picture yourself as the quality control checkpoint for all the raw milk coming into a dairy processing plant.
Okay.
You're running specialized equipment,
Okay.
cleaning, inspecting, testing,
Uh-huh.
making sure every single drop meets those strict standards before it even gets close to being processed. Okay, so definitely not a desk job.
No,
Sounds pretty hands-on.
absolutely. You'll be on your feet in a processing plant environment.
Okay.
Think potential heavy lifting noise, maybe even some chilly temperatures. It's physically demanding, but hey, at least you'll get your steps in.
True. And on the plus side, the dairy industry is pretty stable, right?
Yeah.
People are always going to need milk and cheese.
That's a safe bet.
Okay.
It's considered stable work with decent salary potential.
Okay.
And if you're looking to grow your career in the dairy industry, there are definitely opportunities to move up the ladder.
That's good to know. So before we jump into those interview questions,
Yeah.
let's quickly touch on how RoleCatcher can help with all of this.
Think of RoleCatcher as your career sidekick.
Okay.
Not only do they have a massive library of interview questions to practice with over
Yeah.
120,000,
Wow.
but they also have tools to help you tailor your resume
Mm-hmm.
and even get noticed by employers who are actively searching for someone with your skills.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal job search assistant.
Exactly. And the AI they use is specifically designed to understand the nuances of different job roles.
Okay.
So the feedback you get is super relevant.
Gotcha.
But we'll circle back to the AI magic a bit later.
Okay.
Let's dive into some of those interview questions.
Right.
Remember, understanding the why behind the question is just as important as the answer itself.
Love that. Okay, question number 1.
Okay.
How did you become interested in working as a milk reception operator?
Right.
Seems simple enough, but I bet there's more to it than just saying, I like milk.
Right. They're not looking for a love letter to dairy.
Right.
They're trying to see if you understand what the job actually involves.
Uh-huh.
And if you have a genuine interest in those tasks,
Right.
think about your past experiences, your skills,
Yeah.
even hobbies,
Okay.
and connect them to what a milk reception operator does day to day.
Right.
Maybe you've always been a stickler for details.
Yeah.
Or maybe you thrive in fast-paced environments.
Yeah. So it's about showing them you've done your research
Yeah,
and you're not just blindly applying for any open position.
exactly. And don't be afraid to get specific.
Yeah.
If you've had a job where you were responsible for quality control or operating machinery,
Mm-hmm.
those are great examples to highlight.
This is already making me think differently about how to approach these questions.
Good.
Okay. Question 2. What do you think are the most important qualities for a milk reception operator? Don't tell me it's just being a hard worker.
While being a hard worker is important, it's a pretty generic answer.
Right.
Think about what makes this role unique.
Okay.
You're handling a food product,
Uh-huh.
so attention to detail and following safety protocols are huge.
Yeah.
You'll be working with a team in a potentially stressful environment,
Right.
so communication and collaboration skills are essential.
It's almost like you're painting a picture of the ideal candidate with your answer.
You got it.
Yeah.
The more vivid and specific that picture, the
Perfect.
better. And you can even use this as an opportunity to highlight your own strengths in those areas.
Okay. Making mental notes. Question 3. How do you ensure that milk is received and processed correctly?
Yeah.
This is where you get to show off your knowledge, right?
This is your chance to shine.
Right.
Think about the step-by-step process.
Okay.
Mention specific tests, inspections, equipment you might use.
Mm-hmm.
Really showcase your understanding of the procedures.
Okay.
Have you worked with certain software or technologies related to milk processing?
Yeah.
Now's the time to mention it.
Okay, so detail is key here. Don't just say I'd follow the rules.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to see that you know your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This might also be a good place to sprinkle in any relevant certifications or training you have.
And speaking of certifications, RoleCatcher's Career Guide has a whole section on that.
Oh, nice.
I was reading through it earlier, and they specifically recommend food safety certification.
Mm-hmm.
and HACCP certification as being valuable in this field.
Those are great examples to bring up.
Yeah.
It shows the interviewer you're not only familiar with industry standards,
Right.
but also that you're actively pursuing ways to enhance your knowledge and skills.
It's like you're saying, I'm not just here for a job, I'm here for a career.
Exactly. And that kind of attitude can make a big impression.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to question 4. How do you handle a situation where the milk received does not meet quality standards?
Ooh.
This one's all about problem solving and food safety.
This feels like a high-pressure situation.
Yeah.
I'd be sweating bullets if I got asked this.
It's definitely designed to see how you think on your feet and prioritize safety.
Right.
So first and foremost, emphasize that you'd immediately isolate the non-conforming milk.
Okay.
Then walk them through your process for investigation.
Okay.
Think sampling testing, maybe even checking the equipment.
So it's not just about identifying the problem, it's about having a clear plan of action to address it.
Exactly. And don't forget to mention communication.
Right.
You'd need to inform your supervisor and potentially other departments, depending on the severity of the issue.
Okay, so transparency and teamwork are key here.
Yes.
Makes sense. Now, this next one seems a bit more about professional development. Question 5. How do you stay up to date on industry regulations and best practices?
This is where you show them you're committed to continuous learning.
Okay.
Don't just say, I read industry journals.
Right.
Get specific.
Okay.
Mention organizations like the International Dairy Foods Association, online courses you've taken, even conferences or workshops you've attended.
And I imagine RoleCatcher probably has some resources for this as well, right?
You're right.
They seem to have everything else.
They actually have a whole section on professional development in their career guides.
Nice.
With links to industry publications, training programs, and even networking opportunities.
So it's not just about finding a job, it's about having a roadmap for your entire career in the dairy industry.
Precisely. And that brings us to question 6. Can you tell me about a time when you had to resolve a conflict with a coworker?
Ooh.
This is a classic one.
Yeah.
They want to see how you handle interpersonal challenges.
Ah, the dreaded conflict question.
Yeah.
Is there any way to avoid these? I'm not exactly a drama queen.
Unfortunately, you can't always avoid conflict, especially in a team environment.
Right.
But you can be prepared to answer this question effectively.
Yeah.
The key is to choose a specific situation that highlights your conflict resolution skills.
So no vague answers like, I'm a good communicator.
Right. Tell a story.
Yeah.
Describe the conflict briefly.
Oh.
Then focus on the steps you took to resolve it.
Right.
Did you listen actively to the other person's perspective?
Yeah.
Did you find a compromise? Did you involve a supervisor or mediator if necessary?
So it's not about being right or wrong.
Right.
It's about showing that you can handle disagreements professionally and find a solution that works for everyone.
Exactly. And if the outcome wasn't perfect, that's okay too. You can even spin it as a learning experience.
Okay.
Explain what you learned from the situation and how it's made you a better team player.
This is great stuff.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling more confident about tackling these tricky questions.
Good.
But I know we have a lot more ground to cover.
We do.
So maybe we should pause here for now.
Sounds like a good plan. We've only just scratched the surface of what RoleCatcher has to offer.
Right.
Next time, we'll delve into even more interview questions.
Okay.
Explore career advancement paths and unpack the magic of RoleCatcher's AI tools.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Welcome back. We've been dissecting these milk reception operator interview questions.
Yeah.
Really getting into the minds of those hiring managers. But let's shift gears a bit and tap into RoleCatcher's career guides. They offer a treasure trove of info for anyone looking to build a solid career in the dairy industry.
Okay, so it's not just about acing this interview. It's about what comes after you land the job. What kind of insights can we glean from these guides?
Think of it as a roadmap.
Okay.
RoleCatcher breaks down typical career stages.
Okay.
Advancement paths, specialized certifications, even networking strategies specific to the dairy industry.
Wow.
It's like they've done all the legwork for you.
That's awesome. So let's say you nail that milk reception operator interview.
Yeah.
And you're officially on the team.
Yeah.
What happens next? What does a typical career trajectory look like?
RoleCatcher outlines a clear progression.
Okay.
Entry-level junior, then senior milk reception operator.
Okay.
Each stage has its own set of responsibilities, showing you how your role evolves as you gain experience.
Okay, let's break it down. Starting at the entry level,
Yeah.
what are some tasks you might be handling?
At this stage, you're focusing on the fundamentals.
Okay.
Think performing those initial cleaning operations on the raw milk,
Okay.
assisting with storage and distribution,
Okay.
and really getting to know the ins and outs of those specialized reception devices.
Yes.
It's all about building a solid foundation.
Got it. You're learning the ropes, mastering the basics.
Yeah.
What happens as you level up to a junior milk reception operator?
Things get a bit more complex.
Okay.
You're now responsible for ensuring the accurate quantitative reception of the milk, meaning you're making sure the numbers add up.
Right.
You're also monitoring and controlling those storage and distribution processes.
Okay.
And performing regular quality checks on the raw materials.
So more responsibility.
Yeah, it's a step up in ownership and complexity.
I can imagine there's a lot more collaboration with other departments at this level too.
You're spot on.
Yeah.
At this stage, you're interacting more with other processing factory units to keep things running smoothly and ensure that flow of raw materials stays efficient.
Right.
Teamwork and communication skills become even more crucial.
So you're not just siloed in your own little world anymore. You're part of a bigger system.
Right.
What does it take to reach that coveted senior milk reception operator level?
This is where leadership skills come into play.
Okay.
You're overseeing and managing the entire milk reception process.
Okay.
Optimizing procedures for maximum efficiency and even training and mentoring those junior operators.
So you're in charge.
It's about taking that big picture view
Right.
and driving continuous improvement within the department.
So you're not just following procedures anymore, you're shaping them.
Exactly.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Not everyone aspires to be a manager.
True.
What if you love being a milk reception operator, but aren't necessarily looking to climb that corporate ladder?
Right.
Are there still opportunities for growth?
Absolutely. This is where specialization and continuous learning come in.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's Career Guide highlights various paths for those who want to deepen their expertise within their current role.
Give me some examples. What kind of specializations are we talking about?
You could become the go-to expert on a particular piece of equipment or a specific process within milk reception. Think mastering quality control procedures or diving deep into the technical aspects of maintaining and troubleshooting those complex machines.
So you're becoming indispensable, the resident guru of a particular area. I like it.
Yeah.
And what about those continuous learning opportunities?
Staying current in this field is crucial.
Right.
And RoleCatcher emphasizes that.
Yeah.
They suggest exploring online courses, attending industry workshops and seminars, and of course, pursuing those valuable certifications we mentioned earlier.
It's great that there are so many options, whether you're aiming for a management track or prefer to become a technical expert in your current position.
Right.
But how do you actually find these opportunities? Is it just luck or being in the right place at the right time?
While being in the right place at the right time can certainly help, proactivity is key.
Okay.
RoleCatcher suggests joining professional organizations like the IDFA, attending industry events, and getting involved in those online forums where dairy professionals hang out.
So you're not just passively waiting for opportunities to appear.
Yeah.
You're putting yourself out there, connecting with others,
Right.
and building relationships that could lead to exciting new paths.
Precisely. Networking is incredibly valuable.
Yep.
Not just for finding jobs, but for staying informed about industry trends, learning from those who've been there, and building a support system within your field.
And this is where RoleCatcher's platform steps in with some handy tools, right?
You bet. They have a whole section dedicated to networking.
Right.
Think of it as a CRM for your career.
Right.
You can import, organize, and even optimize your professional contacts.
It's amazing how RoleCatcher seems to have thought of everything when it comes to career planning and job searching.
It's true. It's a truly comprehensive platform.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about the elephant in the room,
Oh,
or rather, the algorithm in the computer.
Right.
AI is changing the game when it comes to job searching, and RoleCatcher is at the forefront of this revolution.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I get a little nervous when I hear AI and job searching.
Yeah.
It feels like it could be super helpful or super creepy.
I understand the apprehension.
Yeah.
But think of it this way. AI can actually level the playing field.
Okay.
It takes some of the guesswork and luck out of the process
Okay.
and makes it more about strategy and data.
So less like throwing darts in the dark and hoping for the best,
Right.
more like having a GPS guiding you to the perfect opportunity.
That's a great analogy. RoleCatcher's AI does this in a few key ways.
Okay.
First, it helps you understand how those automated recruiting systems work. the ones that are becoming increasingly common and often act as the gatekeepers, screening resumes before they even reach a human recruiter.
That's kind of terrifying. It's like having a robot judge your entire career based on keywords.
It can feel that way.
Yeah.
But RoleCatcher's AI helps you crack the code.
Okay.
It analyzes job descriptions, identifies those crucial keywords and skills that these systems are programmed to look for, and then guides you on how to tailor your resume and cover letter to make sure you're speaking their language.
So it's not about stuffing your resume with every buzzword under the sun.
Right.
It's about strategically highlighting the ones that are truly relevant to the specific job you're applying for.
You got it.
Yeah.
It's all about precision and making sure your application materials are aligned with what those systems are looking for.
Okay.
This can drastically increase your chances of getting your resume in front of an actual human being.
This is making me feel a lot less intimidated by those automated systems.
Good.
But what about when you do make it to the interview stage?
Yeah.
Can AI help there too?
Absolutely. We talked earlier about RoleCatcher's AI analyzing your interview answers and providing feedback.
Right.
But it goes even further.
Okay.
Imagine practicing your responses through video and having the AI analyze your delivery tone and even your facial expressions.
Wow. That's next level.
Yeah.
It's like having a virtual interview coach giving you real-time feedback on your performance.
Exactly. And here's another cool feature.
Okay.
It can also take into account the specific company or industry you're interviewing with.
Right.
Suggesting adjustments to your approach or communication style to better align with their expectations.
That's incredibly valuable.
Yeah.
It's like having a secret insider giving you the inside scoop on how to impress those hiring managers.
Right.
But RoleCatcher doesn't just help you find and secure a job, right?
Yeah.
Their AI also assists with long-term career planning.
You're right.
Right.
We've already talked about career paths and certifications.
Yeah.
But there's even more.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your existing skills and experience to identify potential career paths you might not have even considered.
Really?
It can recommend relevant courses or training programs to help you acquire new skills and stay ahead of industry trends.
Wow.
It can even track your progress and offer personalized suggestions to keep you moving towards your goals.
Okay, this is blowing my mind. It's like having a career counselor and a life coach all rolled into one, powered by AI.
Yeah, I know.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Not all AI is created equal.
True.
What sets RoleCatcher's AI apart from the rest?
One of the key differentiators is the sheer volume of data they have access to.
Yeah.
They've got a massive database of career guides, interview questions, employer profiles, and industry trends, which allows their AI to provide insights and recommendations that are incredibly specific and tailored to your individual needs.
It's like comparing a general dictionary to a specialized encyclopedia.
Yes.
The depth of knowledge is just on another level.
Exactly. And because their AI is constantly learning and evolving, it's always staying ahead of the curve, making sure you have the most up-to-date information and strategies at your fingertips.
I have to admit, I'm feeling a lot more excited about the potential of AI in the job search now. It's not about replacing human connection or gut feeling.
Right.
It's about having a powerful tool to enhance those things and make the whole process smarter and more efficient.
I couldn't agree more. AI isn't a magic wand, but it can be a powerful ally in your career journey.
Yeah.
And with a platform like RoleCatcher, you're not just leveraging AI, you're combining it with expert insights and a wealth of resources to create a truly winning strategy.
This has been incredibly eye-opening. We've explored the milk reception operator role from top to bottom.
We have.
Delved into RoleCatcher's amazing resources. And even demystified the role of AI in the job search.
Right.
I feel like I've gained a whole new level of confidence and understanding.
I'm glad to hear that.
But we still have a few more of those tricky interview questions to unpack, right?
We do, and some of them are real doozies.
Oh, boy.
Designed to assess your problem-solving skills and ability to think on your feet.
All right.
But don't worry, we'll break them down step by step so you're prepared for anything those interviewers throw your way.
Okay, bring on the challenge. I'm ready to tackle those questions head-on, armed with all the knowledge and insights we've gained from this deep dive.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right, let's jump back into those milk reception operator interview questions.
Okay.
We've already covered some of the basics, but I know there are a few more that really put your knowledge and skills to the test.
You're right. These next few questions are designed to see how you handle specific scenarios.
Okay.
Think critically and prioritize safety.
Yeah.
All crucial aspects of this role.
Okay. I'm ready for the challenge. What's up first?
Let's tackle question 7. How do you prioritize tasks when you have multiple responsibilities to manage?
Okay.
Time management is a big deal in any job,
Right.
but especially in a fast-paced environment like a dairy processing plant.
So it's not enough to just say, I'm organized.
Not quite. The interviewer wants to understand your process.
Okay.
Do you use a to-do list, a specific method like the Eisenhower matrix,
Right.
maybe a scheduling app on your phone? Explain your system and how it helps you stay on top of things,
Right.
especially when deadlines are looming and things get hectic.
And I imagine being adaptable is important too.
Yeah.
What if unexpected issues pop up?
Right.
A piece of equipment malfunctions?
Yeah.
Or delivery is delayed?
That's a great point, which leads us perfectly to question 8. Can you describe a time when you had to adapt to a new process or system?
Oh, yeah.
They want to see how you handle change and whether you're open to learning new things.
Okay, so what's a good example for this one?
Think about a time when procedures changed at a previous job.
Okay.
Maybe new technology was introduced, or you had to learn new software.
Right.
Briefly describe the situation.
Okay.
Then focus on the steps you took to adapt.
Yeah.
Did you seek out training?
Yeah.
Ask colleagues for help. Take the initiative to figure things out on your own.
Yeah.
Highlight your proactiveness and willingness to embrace those curveballs.
So it's about showing them you're not afraid of a challenge and you're committed to continuous improvement.
Exactly. Now let's get a bit more technical with question 9. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot an issue with milk processing equipment?
Oh?
This one's all about showing off your technical chops.
This is where I'd probably freeze up. I'm not exactly a mechanical whiz.
It's understandable to feel intimidated by technical questions.
Yeah.
But remember, they're not expecting you to be a seasoned engineer.
Okay.
Choose an example that demonstrates your problem-solving skills,
All right.
even if it's a relatively simple issue.
So it's more about the process than the complexity of the problem.
Precisely. Clearly explain the issue.
Okay.
Outline the steps you took to diagnose it,
Mm-hmm.
and describe how you reached a solution.
Right.
Did you consult manuals?
Yeah.
Collaborate with colleagues?
Oh, yeah.
Highlight your resourcefulness and ability to think logically?
Okay. That makes me feel a lot better. And finally, we're at question 10. How do you ensure that you are meeting all safety regulations when handling milk? Back to food safety, which we know is paramount in this role.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
Your answer should be a clear and concise statement of your unwavering commitment to following all relevant regulations and procedures.
Okay.
But don't just say, I follow the rules.
Right.
Provide specific examples.
Right. So instead of just talking the talk, you need to show them you walk the walk when it comes to safety.
Exactly.
What are some good examples to mention?
Think about specific safety protocols you'd adhere to.
Okay.
Proper sanitation practices, wearing personal protective equipment,
Right.
maintaining strict temperature controls.
Yeah.
Anything that demonstrates your understanding and adherence to industry standards.
Okay.
You can even reference specific regulations like those from the FDA.
And this ties back to those certifications we discussed earlier.
Yep.
By mentioning your food safety certification or HACCP training, you're showing them you've gone above and beyond to master those safety procedures.
Exactly. It adds another layer of credibility to your commitment.
Wow, we've really covered a lot of ground. I feel like I've got a much better grasp of what those interviewers are looking for and how to approach those tricky questions.
I'm glad.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The power of RoleCatcher's AI tools.
You're right. We haven't fully explored that yet.
Yeah.
Remember how I said that RoleCatcher's AI is specifically designed to understand different job roles? Well, that means the feedback and insights you get are incredibly targeted and relevant to your specific goals.
That's so cool. So how does it actually work? Do you just type in your answers and the AI magically tells you what to change?
It's pretty close to magic.
Really?
RoleCatcher's AI utilizes advanced algorithms and natural language processing to analyze your responses,
Okay.
identify areas for improvement, and suggest ways to make your answers even stronger.
So it's like having a personal writing coach and interview expert
Right.
all in 1 month. But can it really understand the nuances of what makes a good answer for a specific job role?
Absolutely. The AI is trained on a massive data set of successful interview responses,
Okay.
industry best practices, and even company-specific information.
Yeah.
It can identify subtle things like whether you're using strong action verbs, showcasing relevant skills,
Yeah.
and tailoring your language to the specific company culture.
That's amazing. So even if you think your answers are pretty good,
Right.
running them through RoleCatcher's AI could give you that extra edge.
Yes.
And help you fine-tune your responses to perfection.
Exactly. Think of it as your secret weapon for interview prep.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. We've dissected those milk reception operator interview questions.
Yeah.
Explored career paths, and even tapped into the power of AI for job searching.
We have.
I feel like I've gained a whole new level of confidence and understanding.
That's great.
I really appreciate all of your insights.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure our listeners will too.
I hope so.
For anyone out there prepping for a milk reception operator interview, or any job interview really,
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking out RoleCatcher.
It's an amazing tool.
You can find all the links and information on their website.
Yes.
And for our listeners, be sure to check out our show notes for direct links to everything we discussed today.
Good idea.
So that wraps up our deep dive on milk reception operator interview prep.
It was a good one.
We hope you found this information helpful and insightful.
Yes.
Best of luck with your job search.
Good luck.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of work.
See you later, Am.